Hello everybody, my name is Benny and this is A Fool's Apprentice. So today we're going to be talking about an oracle deck that Lisa Papez introduced me to. Needless to say, I mentioned her, Dawn, and a few other people quite often. Kelly from Truth and Story. But these are my go-to people, and of course, they're always introducing decks, and some of them I find very interesting and exciting about, and this is one of them. Today, we're going to go over the energetics of color. Now, let me tell you, I've been wanting a deck like this ever since I saw, I got my notes here, the Color Mage Oracle. But unfortunately, it is not one that I'm willing to pay the price that it's out there for. It doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it's just not a deck that I'm willing to pay that much money for. However, Lisa, she does her, I forget what it's called. It's an alternative to like the expensive deck. Like in an indie deck, you can get it from Amazon. Well, this is an indie deck, and so is the other one. However, this actually fulfills the Color Mage kind of feel for me, but better. And you will see why. So let me flip the camera over and I'll get back with you in a moment, okay? Okay, I'm back. So the energetics of color is a deck that I really love for several reasons. But let's go over a couple of things. So first, I'm telling you, this box is sturdy. Has some beautiful pictures on the back to give you an idea of what kind of cards you would be getting. And I love this because there are decks out there that if you have never heard of it, like if you're at a store and you're interested in getting it because of the cover, this one really doesn't say much about the cover, the cards I mean. But when you can see some cards, it gives you a really good idea of what you'll be getting, and it kind of lets you know that, yeah, this is a deck I want or not. So I really like this about this box. So let's open it up and see what we have inside. As you can see, it's a two-piece. Love that it has this cutout where you can pull your fingers through. Has a nice little book on the inside. It's nice and thick, so there's a lot of information. We'll go over the book in a second. However, there's a lot of space in here. Like I could fit my thumb in here, but it's, so we can get the book in there perfectly. It's not a big deal, at least not for me. So we're going to pull out the cards. Nothing special on the inside, but like I said, really, really sturdy. But I do want to go over the guidebook a little bit. And so the guidebook, like I said, it's pretty thick. It has 184 pages. That is a lot of pages. And, it lets you know all the legal stuff, when it was produced. What I like is it gives you an idea of her journey. She talks about the colors, the 4 different bodies of color. There's the physical body. There's the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. And of course, she gives you a short little description of each and what that means and how to use your intuition, how to use the deck. Talks about questions. She gives you, a few spreads that you can use. How to ground yourself. For people that like doing the chakras, this is really good right here. And I really like that this guidebook has colored images. I just love that, because sometimes, you don't want to go back and forth from the book to the card, the book to the card. Sometimes it's just nice to have it right there in the book. And what we'll do is, what I really like about this guidebook is that it gives you a little intro, but then it breaks it down into 5 different realms. There's the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and then you get an affirmation that you could sit with and meditate with, which I love. And so as you can see, and then they give you the color, right? Chartreuse. And then they actually even show you what that color looks like without any image. So I think that's kind of cool. Indigo, and then the color. And you get an image, you get the color, and then you get a word that you can reflect on or utilize to kind of get your message from, which I really appreciate. And none of the words repeat, which is great. Oh my God, I haven't seen all these cards. I love this navy blue with the little baby in the back. Strength, of course, you need to have strength. That's amazing. So we'll go over this a little bit more. We'll actually do a card. So this is a beautiful deck. I really love this deck quite a bit. So this deck, now the size is a little bigger than a tarot deck, but not by much. It's smaller than a traditional Oracle deck, but it feels more like an Oracle deck to me. I mean, a tarot deck for me. There are 77 cards in this deck. There's the color guidebook, and it's premium cardstock. It's 400 GSM, which is really, really good. Now, I will tell you that it does have some of the prettiest gilding that I like, which is this matte finish. It has a little bit of a sheen, but it's not that glossy, foily kind of foil gilding that I don't like. This is really pretty. I love that. So that doesn't bother me at one bit. They're pretty sturdy, as you can see. Really nice thick cards. Now, it is a rose petal feeling kind of deck, which makes it clump. That's probably the only negative that I have, is like when I'm trying to shuffle, it's not, I think with time it's gonna work. It's not as bad as it was when I first got it. Oh darn. Oh no, I had them in order. Oh well, guys, we're just gonna have to use them out of order. Well, that's what I get, right? So I'll try to do them as much as possible. Well, you know, that's what this stuff is about, you know, being real on camera. So, it has a really nice border at the bottom. The font and the font size are really easy to read. The images are so crystal clear. The saturation of the colors are absolutely beautiful. Again, like in the guidebook, it gives you actually a half a circle with the actual color. This is almond. The backs is just as the cover was, except I really wish they would have kept the colors that go around it. I really, really would have liked that here as well, but I'm sure there was a reason for that. So, almond. So we're going to go over the deck. I'm not really going to talk a lot unless a card really sticks out. And like I said, I've seen some of these cards. I actually have played around with a little bit, but let's see what we got, okay? And what I really like so far about these images, they really exude a lot of emotion. You know, like the facial expressions here on this woman. You know, she shows like she's really, really focused. She's really being mindful of her movements. The colors here. And I don't know if the color saturation is coming across on camera, but these are absolutely stunning. And see, they kind of stick, so when I try to pick one up, I can't just pick one. And I like the color choices as well. I think the lion is great for burnt orange and masculinity. And I find some of these words that she chose for the cards to be very, very interesting. Like this one, I mean, I would see this as peace or calm because of the image. I love this card. She is just in like utter joy in this card. See, this is interesting. Light gray is cheer. Generally, you would think of a really bright color for cheer, but here she uses light gray. And as a person that uses gray a lot, I don't think it's a downer color. I actually, like the color. It actually, you know, brings out a lot. It makes me the focal point, I guess. One of the things that I wish, and this is something that for me comes up a lot, is a lot of oracle decks, a lot of tarot decks that I like, and I think just in general, have a lot of female imagery. I suspect it's because the vast majority of tarot readers, oracle readers, are women. And so, since your audience is probably going to be female, it makes sense to have a lot of the imagery, or even the whole deck to be images of women or girls. But it would be nice if decks just would pay a little bit more attention to us guys that do the tarot. There are some decks out there that feel very, very masculine, or that have some images of men in the decks, but they don't come around as often as I think they should. It's just, I can tap into my feminine side. I don't have an issue with that. But, I'd like to be able to tap into my masculine side as well. So as you can see, this deck is predominantly, if not all women. I've noticed a few animals as well. I think there may be one male, but I cannot recall. Is this a man? I think this is a man. Let's see. Nope, that's a woman. I had to put my reading glasses on for that one. Oh my God, I love this. White Majesty. This image, this word with white majesty is perfect for me. White gold, wisdom, this beautiful snake. Oh, I love it. Violet for justice. These are, oh my God, this is one of my favorite cards, Rainbow, to simplify. Let me tell you, I think that's such a contrast. Because I don't think there's anything simple about this card because of all the colors and the lines. But I think her just sitting still right in the center, like the center of a hurricane, is just keeping things simple. So I could see how that word works. Passion for red for passion. So that makes sense to me. This is a pretty card. A very, very pretty. Yellow gold solution. That's nice. Look, I am not a sunflower fan. I never have been. I never will be. But this is a pretty card. And one of the things that I do like is that she just doesn't pick standard colors. She really has a lot of different colors that she pulls from, like seafoam green. Just not green, but seafoam green. It's very, very specific. I've never even heard of Sepia. Never. I wouldn't even be able to pick it out. Like that's Sepia. So, heard of soft pink. I've heard of sky blue. I've heard of taupe. I've heard of terracotta. And the last one, turquoise. Okay, so let's do this. Let it shuffle these cards. Okay, let me show you how these cards shuffle. It's not easy. And they're pretty thick, so they're hard for me to bend. In fact, I'm grimacing while I do this. So sometimes what I've done is I've actually broken up the cards into different stacks and shuffled it that way. And like I said, they do stick, but I'm hoping with time that this will change. Look at that. When I first started doing this, I couldn't even do that very well. The cards would fall all over the place. So let's see what we got. Ooh, light gray, cheer. Isn't that interesting that the card I found quite fascinating happens to be the card that comes out? All right, let's move in a little bit. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely beautiful. So let's look up light gray. Yep, they're in order. So this one says, let yourself live a little bigger. There are plenty of fine things in life. Why not gift yourself a little indulgence as a celebration of being alive? You deserve it. Oh my God, I love that. And so if you were looking at the physical part, it would say enjoy social time and sharing laughs with friends. Emotional, living without restrictions, freedom. Mental, open to change. Spiritual, enjoying a healthy work-life balance. And affirmation, I am balanced and free in all aspects of my life. I love that. That is absolutely wonderful. Let yourself live a little bigger. There are plenty of fine things in life. Why not give yourself a little indulgence as a celebration of being alive? You deserve it. Oh, that's really, really nice. Let's just flip through and pick another random one. Cobalt blue, tenderness. Ground into the true nature of your desire. Wise spirit. Are your motivations driven by love or fear? It's okay to make mistakes. Physical. Allowing your body to release all toxins, seeking aid to assist you in physical detox. Emotional. Healing of your emotional wounds through compassionate acceptance of your experience. Mental. Letting go of expectations. Spiritual. Generating new experiences through belief and action. Affirmation. I am on my way and my path is clear of obstacles. That is lovely. Now, so it has 4 different realms, right? And there are 77 cards. So if you ended up, let's say, doing a card a day, so I would say if you went through, okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 77, I'm going to multiply. 77 times 4 is 308 different readings that you can utilize with this deck. That, my friends, is amazing. This is worth every penny. I am just so happy that I purchased this deck. It was worthwhile. I really want to thank Lisa for introducing me to this deck. I mean, it's stunning. Look at that. The colors are absolutely beautiful. You know, I don't think that you could go wrong with this deck, especially if you're someone that loves Oracle cards like I do. And I do, let me tell you. And I believe this deck is only $55. And when I say only, considering what you get, I think that's a fair price for the quality of the decks, the book, the amount of cards you get, you know, the images. I mean, this is, for me, top-notch, a top-notch deck. And I'm really, really happy that I've been able to get it for my collection. Okay, friends, I am Benny. I am the Fool's Apprentice. And thank you for joining me another day. Goodbye, and have a nice day. Bye.